What up? What up? Waiting for Reg to get here. Yeah.
Yo, what's up with you?
Chilling, man. Yo, this list is gonna be all over the place. I already know.
You said what?
The list is gonna be crazy, man, because I got like different games on different platforms, and
So,
I don't know if I put them in order though. Like, does it matter if we put them in order?
well, I was gonna put mine chronological order, so I don't know how you were gonna do yours.
I don't think I put every one in order though. Like some of them. Well, I mean the most important ones are in the top 25, but then I got honorable mention.
Oh, it's top 25. I thought it was top 20.
Well,
Oh,
yeah,
damn.
top 20. I mean, it could be 2025. I mean, whatever, like your best games that you were playing, growing up, or whatever, or like from any system. So it don't even matter.
Okay, well, I'm gonna add like two more then. Okay.
What up, Wacker? Samuel King was good. 4K, I saw you. I see you in here. What up? Makai was good. Yo, I've been wanting to do this for a minute though. I kept postponing it though, cause we kept doing we had like mad shit we was doing with the Motown month and everything,
Yeah.
and just wanting to like discuss other things except besides rap. I want to get away from that for a little bit.
Respect.
Justin was good. He said you better add Contra. Yo, Contra, yo, no lie, I never finished Contra, Justin. Never finished that game. That's like the hardest game ever for me on Nintendo. Never.
Okay,
You ever
that's
played
different.
Contra?
You said what?
Contra. You ever played that game?
Never played that.
Yo, I never finished that. Never finished that game. You know what I'm saying?
Nope.
There's other games I finished that I thought was hard, and Contra was harder than some of those other games. Is it time to get rid of Evan Ingram? Yeah, I think so. He only got one touchdown this whole season. They need a. I never was for Evan Ingram anyway. I mean, they need another tight end. You only Rocket said I only have top 10. I mean, this is. I had that code for Contra, but I could never finish it. I got like I could never get past the second level. That's a crazy hard game.
Hmm.
What you got for like some of your like on like oh yeah we doing top 25 video game lists of all time. These are like my favorite video games from like Nintendo, Super Nintendo, PlayStation 1 and 2, Xbox 360. I actually have some 360 games here to show. I never really did a video game. We never really like did a video game episode before, so I kept postponing it because we were like doing other episodes. I'm like, yo, let's do it now. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Um, but I want to eventually, I want to do more video game stuff on here because I'm a gamer. Been a gamer since the Atari. I actually got the Atari handheld joint. You ever seen this joint?
Oh yeah.
I haven't even played it. I still got like the wires and everything, the wires and everything. You know what I mean? But
Yeah.
um, yeah, it has like mad games on this, and I just wanted to like do some video game stuff. I'm like, yo, it's been a minute since we talked about video games and stuff. I mean, but what was like your early memories as a kid, like playing any video games? You have any like fond memories?
Oh, most definitely. Which I'm gonna talk about on this list. Like I remember as a kid, I used to be. I guess it started with like computer games, like PC games.
Right.
I remember I used to have Nicktoons Racing, which spoiler alert, that's on the list too. Y'all should know about that.
No, no.
Um, I played a little Pokemon like when I was little. I didn't really fully play Pokemon until I became like 12 or 11 years old.
Right.
I was always into Mario games. Of course, Sonic the Hedgehog.
Little Guillermo.
But I prefer
Yes.
early Sonic, which I'm
Yeah,
gonna
yeah.
explain when we talk about it.
Right. Yeah, like the first couple is like one and two for
Yeah,
Sega Genesis. Those are good. I played those, even though I didn't have a Sega system, but I knew friends that had Sega. You know,
right.
so like my early gaming was like, like I said, like Atari and Nintendo. I got Nintendo when I think I was in fifth grade. Got Nintendo, and you want to come on, gamer? You a gamer? I'll send you the link. Um, yeah, Nintendo was my first like game system. Playing Super Mario Brothers and Duck Hunt. I had the Zapper. Remember the Zapper?
Yeah.
Um, Mike Tyson Punch Out and Donkey Kong
Ooh,
Classics. Those are
that's
like
a
like the
classic.
first couple of games I bought. It was that going to Toys R Us in Long Island and buying those those are fun and then getting the Super NES. You know what I'm saying and Killer Instinct. That was like my favorite fighting game for Super Nintendo and NCAA College Slam and Shaq Fu. I had, you know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
Donkey Kong Country. I had all of those games. Yo, Justin want to get in on this? Okay, hold on. I gotta send him the link.
Oh, you got two more people coming?
Yeah,
Ooh, this
um,
gonna be interesting. Okay.
yeah. I mean, you know what I'm saying, just talking about what we grew up on. That's what it's about. What's your Send me your email, Justin. And yeah, man. Like just like in the '90s, especially like growing up on like hip hop and games. That's what it was for me. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like after you listen to like, Ready to Die or Cuban Link, you playing, some Shaq Fu or you playing, Donkey Kong Country or something like that. So um that's what it was for me. It was all about gaming and hip hop back then. It still is for me. All right, I got you. Send Justin the link. So
I know
what's
you
the
really.
first like system that you ever had?
You said what was my first system?
Yeah, yeah.
GameCube.
Oh, GameCube. I always wanted to get it and I never bought it because like, I'm big on Super Mario and Mario Kart and all that.
Right. Yeah, man. Because I remember originally I wanted to play the PlayStation, which I ended up getting the PS2 years later.
Right.
But the GameCube, man, had hella shit. I think the first games I had was Burnout and
Yeah.
Crazy Taxi.
Yeah, Crazy Taxi. They were supposed to do a movie for that actually a couple of years ago.
I heard about that. Yeah.
Like hearing rumors, but yeah, that would be a crazy game.
My only gripe about Crazy Taxi is that
Uh,
it was a bit too tame. Like it was just like I'm gonna put it to you this way. I like it, but it was like the same thing over. It was nothing really new.
did it remind you of The Simpsons?
What Crazy Taxi?
Yeah. So
Nah,
I've heard people compare it to that game.
Simpsons Hit and Run. Oh,
Mhm.
if we talking about Simpsons Road Rage, then yeah, because that was
Yeah, that's what
influenced
I'm talking
by
about.
Crazy
The
Taxi.
Simpsons. Yeah, that one.
Hit and Run though, ooh, that one is underrated. Niggas don't talk about Hit and
Yeah.
Run.
Yes. Only Simpsons game I had was Bart versus the World. That was for Nintendo. I had that back in the day when he was like man, he was still like in that Bartman phase or whatever.
Yeah,
I know there's some games I had, but I never finished them. That was like one of those games I never finished. It was just like a Christmas gift. Um, shit, Marquise is up. What's good? I thought you was sleeping, bro. Yo, Justin, I just sent you the link. Check your there he is. Got Justin
yo
here,
yo.
first time from Nick's podcast.
Hey, question. Are you a Kirby fan
Yo,
by any chance?
Yo,
Kirby, the little creature. What up?
What's up, Justin?
Good.
what's going on? Yo, I had
Salute.
to get on this when I hear you talking about the video games.
Chilling. Yeah, man. Yeah, but we were planning this for a minute though, and I kept postponing it though, because we were like doing other episode stuff.
Yeah, I've been seeing this every time you go on live. I've been seeing it though, but I'll be at work though too though.
Yeah. True. Yeah, what games did you grow up on, Justin?
Like I told you, Contra, but yo, you got me with the
Contra.
Killer Instinct though. That was the game though. Killer Instinct,
Yes.
that was the
And,
game.
and you know what I did? I tried to finish that game with every character, whether it was Saberwolf or Glacius, and every character I finished that game with.
I don't know if y'all remember this old school game for Nintendo, Blaster Master.
I heard about that one.
Nah, I don't remember that. You remember that?
It was like he's in a tank with like a tank, but shooting aliens and stuff like that. It was good though. It was a good game.
Right.
And we ain't even
Yeah,
mentioned we had to grow up with Paperboy.
Paperboy was good. That was a good one. That was good.
Any Star Fox fans here?
Yeah, like
Oh yeah.
what's up?
I was saying any Star Fox
Yeah,
fans.
Nah, I ain't go up with Star Fox.
Oh wow, okay.
I played that a couple of times. That's a pretty good
I
game
had
too.
yeah, but I never played that. Gamo, check your email, yo, if you still here. Yeah, so like you know like what's like some of your honorable mentions?
I know one of my honorable mentions, and I hate that this is an honorable mention because it was so close, is Super Mario Sunshine.
So damn, they had a Super Mario Sunshine. I ain't never got a chance to play that one.
Oh wow. Yeah, that came out, I want to say
That was
2000.
on GameCube, right?
Yeah, GameCube. Yeah, game came out in 2002. Basically, Mario's been framed for terrorizing a city. That was the introduction of Bowser Jr.
Oh wow.
Yeah, very dope game. I really wanted to put that in my list, but as like there was so many, I didn't want to put all Mario, all Nintendo on my list. I wanted to have a variety and shit.
I lost track of Mario after Mario Kart, man. After Mario Kart, I lost track of it, bro. How many Marios came out throughout the process of every system, bro?
Right.
Too much. I lost count. Mario Kart was the one I wanted to play after like the regular sequels.
Yeah, I never played the first Mario Kart. I played everything after that, like 64, Super Circuit, the Wii, the DS. Never played the first Mario Kart.
Right.
Yo, but how about remember for Nintendo? What was the football game?
Tecmo Bowl?
Tecmo Super Bowl, yeah.
I heard
that was good. I played that. That's way back. That's like, man, yo, you look at Madden now, you see the evolution of football games with Tecmo Bowl and
the
Madden.
graphics is ridiculous compared to back in the days. Lord Almighty.
Oh yeah. I got y'all remember Jet Moto on PlayStation 2?
Yes. Jet Moto. Wow.
Yeah, it was like a water skiing game.
Yeah, it had like different
and you have to like go like it had like different obstacle courses and different, like you could customize your boats and stuff for your motor, the jet skis or whatever.
Yo, but this crazy though. The technology that this young generation has now compared to back in the days.
Right.
Oh my god.
Back in the days, all three of us right now, we had to be in somebody's crib to play with each other.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Like, yo, we gotta ask, like, yo, can I go to your house? Your mother ain't gonna yell at me if I'm still there at 8 o'clock.
Right. That was the joy of it though, when camaraderie with your friends and playing NBA Live or Madden or you know what I'm saying, and it takes away from that a little bit now. I mean, now it's kind of like useful with the whole pandemic, but it kind of took away from that camaraderie with your friends.
It
Man,
does. It does.
fuck the
God,
pandemic.
my son got Xbox. He got Xbox, the Xbox One, and he be playing the
Right, I got
Fortnite. And I'd be like, damn, like, you know, he got friends from like Washington D.C., Russia, and all this stuff like that. And I'm like, damn, like I remember back in the days, I would have to go to your crib just to play with you. You know, like I
right.
found it better back then, though. I miss the old days. Call me old, man.
Yeah, it's not the same.
Man, it's gonna be a chill ass video. I cannot wait for this.
What else you got? What else you got on your list? I got Star Wars Battlefront 2. Y'all remember that?
Never a Star Wars fan.
What? Not the movies and nothing?
I try to get into the movies. No, you know what it is? My aunt brought me the '90s versions. I never liked it. I tried to get into it. I never liked it.
She bought you the prequel,
Yeah, the one that came out like in the late '90s.
right?
Yeah.
Talking about the 2000s one. Yeah, those I ain't really care for, except for like Phantom Menace I like, but you know what I'm
I
saying?
wasn't
The
really
original.
Star Wars games though. I wasn't really too fond of any Star Wars games though. I was more like I was more like the sports kind of person to play video games.
Right.
You know? Like I never even was into the old Resident Evil games. I wasn't even really. I played it once in a while, but like
Oh wow.
it caught
I got
dust after.
Part 4 is definitely on my list. Part 4 is the best one. That's the best one to me. Part 4.
Yeah.
Yeah.
4 just took that shit to another
But,
fucking level.
yeah, the one with Leon when Leon had to save the president's daughter.
Oh
That one
yeah.
was great.
Hey,
Definitely enjoyed that one.
y'all remember Superman 64?
Damn, Superman had a game 64 call.
Yeah, it's considered like one of the worst video games ever.
Man, it must have been. Ain't
I heard-
nobody I never heard of it then. Wow. I didn't even know he had a game out. What system that came out for?
You said what?
What system?
On the Nintendo 64.
Oh, for Nintendo. Oh, all right, all right.
I didn't even know that. What else I got? Soul Calibur 4. That was an underrated fighting game.
I
With,
never played Soul Calibur. I wanted to.
Oh, you gotta play that. Man. Well, I wasn't big on the sequels. I mean, I got Part 4 because they had Yoda as he was like a playable character, and they had Darth Vader, but they had Darth Vader for the PS version, not for Xbox 360.
Gotcha.
I'm thinking about back in the days, man. I'm thinking about Nintendo games right now in
Oh
my
yeah,
head.
we got that. We got yo. There's a whole bunch of different Nintendo games that I grew up on. You know what I'm saying? Rad Racer, Excite Bike.
How about Nintendo game RoboCop versus Terminator?
I never played that.
What? That was the game, man. That had a lot of action in it with RoboCop's gun. What?
I gotta check that. I never played that.
Then he goes into the future where the Terminators take over, and he had to kill Skynet. It was good, man. That game was good. What?
Nintendo. Bayou Billy. You remember that one?
I played that a couple. That was a good game.
Yeah, Bayou Billy. I had that. The Dick Tracy game. I had that one.
Damn, I
the Turtles.
Wow.
Yeah, Dick Tracy. I never finished that one though. Dick Tracy. Back to the Future. I had the movie game for that.
Damn, Back to the Future. Wow.
It's a lot. Tetris. I had Tetris on my list too. Tetris. Dr. Mario. I had that one.
Tetris is a top 25 game. That's a top 25 game.
Yeah, definitely.
Without a shadow of a doubt.
I still play because they have like the app for it, like on the phone. You can play it on the phone, so I still play it. Yeah,
that's a top 25 game.
You know what? I'm gonna throw in as an honorable mention the Simpsons arcade game.
Okay, that's the first one, right? That's number one.
The very first one.
Yeah, I remember that.
I always loved going to Boxcar and playing that shit. That's a classic. Yeah, shout out to Boxcar, man.
That's when we could go to the candy store and put a quarter in the video games and start playing.
Right.
The arcade joint. Yeah, I played Turtles in Time, the arcade version.
Yeah, Turtles in Time. Wow.
Yeah, that was and Street Fighter joint.
Damn, I forgot about Street Fighter. There we go, right there.
Yep.
But
Um,
what the best one? What was the best Street Fighter game?
I like
The best.
Turbo. I think Turbo was the best one.
I have to play a bit more Street Fighter and stuff. 'Cause I played bits and pieces like over the years, some old, some new ones, you know.
Right,
I wasn't really too fond of
right.
Street Fighter when they came out with Marvel versus Capcom. I wasn't really too
Oh,
fond of that.
yeah.
I had that one. That was Street Fighter. No, yeah, I had that one. The Marvel vs. Capcom 2. I had that for PS2.
I
I love
lost
that
interest
game.
in it a lot.
But the team ups so good. 'Cause I used to use like Cyclops for the rays that shoot out his eyes. I used to use Cyclops for Wolverine, and
My
sometimes I used the Hulk
combination
because the
was
Hulk was
Wolverine and Ryu.
yeah. I was yo man. Ryu's the man. Ryu was the
Wolverine and
man,
Ryu
definitely.
was my combo right there.
And I had the other game, the Mortal Kombat versus DC Universe. I had that one, but I didn't like that one.
That was
I liked
pretty
the
That
good.
Mortal
was
Kombat when it first came out, though. When the first
yeah.
Mortal Kombat.
That was for the
That made,
360. They try to make it like a
yeah.
story game, and then it was like you have to have like fight like the Justice League and the villains against the Mortal Kombat fighters. I didn't really care for that
You know what's crazy though? You look at a lot of games they have right now compared to like
one.
the early '80s, the '90s, even the early 2000s. But like a lot of games right
Right?
now, a lot. So a lot of them can't really compare to back in the days, though.
Yeah, they don't.
Can't.
They don't. Because it's a lot of the same things. Like once Halo and like Gears of War and Mass Effect, those games became successful. You got a lot of
Yeah.
copycat games like that.
Hell, I'm not even a big 2K fan like that.
2K.
I mean, I can play it once in a while, but niggas be overhyping that shit like it's fucking art. It's just niggas playing
I mean, well,
basketball.
you got to be like a sports
Yeah.
head to like be into those games. You know what I'm saying? I
Yeah.
mean, it's not. I mean, other than finishing the. I mean, unless you do a franchise mode or you finishing the season, it's not really no replay value. You know what I'm saying? Like you basically got to go
Well,
against your people for money or
yeah,
something.
it's like you said. I always consider like NBA, even Madden, like those games. That's a game that we got to play like together. Not like I don't think I would be able to
Exactly.
sit in my crib and go to like
Exactly.
season mode. I'd rather
Right.
play against guys like together though. I don't think I
Right.
can see
It's
myself.
the most like I've had like memorable games like playing against my homeboy, like going to his crib and playing NBA Jam NBA I'm sorry, NBA Jam or NBA Live, whatever, or 2K. You know what I'm saying? And just like yo, I'll be down like by 20 points with Phoenix and come back and win with Grant Hill when Grant was on the Suns and stuff. You know what I mean? So, you know, there's many memorable games like that I remember, like just having that fun with your homeboys. So
And
it's
even
not the same
NBA,
when you
remember
playing it at
NBA
home.
Jam, NBA
NBA
Jam.
Jam was great. Yeah, that was a great game. Definitely love that game.
Trying to get over.
I don't know what the hell game was. I sent him the email.
Oh, he's trying to get in.
But he said he was trying to get in, but I don't see him. I sent him the link. You know. But yeah, man. Like what else? Army of Two. That was another game that came out during the 2000s on Xbox 360. That was like a fighting game with like two army vets, I think it was, and just you and your homeboy like defeating a whole like cartel and shit. That was a great game. Like the graphics, the sound of it was great. Um, I remember that one. Kane and Lynch, Dead Men. That was another underrated game
Yeah,
that
that
came
was a
out.
good one.
And I never finished. I almost finished that. I was like at the last level, and I never finished that game. I need to go back and play that joint. Marvel Ultimate Alliance. That was another good one. It was like a team with like Spider Man and Captain America and Silver Surfer, Blade. It was like everybody against
Yeah, that one was good.
Flim
I
Flam
like
was in
that.
there. Yeah, Blade was good. Flim Flam was bad. You have to battle him. The Mandarin, you have to battle him. That was a great Marvel game.
Man,
What is
there
that?
was a
What's
fighting
on your like your
game.
25? What's up?
Then there was a fighting game from back in the days. I forgot the name of it though.
Fighting game?
It was similar to Killer Instinct.
Tekken.
Yeah, Tekken.
Tekken was good. Yeah. I played
That was
Tekken a
a
couple
good.
times.
Trying to get over.
What you got on your list, right?
Are we still doing honorable mention? Or are we starting with the list?
Well, I'm basically done with my honorable mention. Like I just
Oh,
named a couple of them.
oh, okay. So we can start with the list. I get okay. Well, the first game I want to start with is Super Mario World from 1990,
Classic,
1990,
classic,
1991. This was
classic.
the first Mario game I played, but I didn't get the one on the Super Nintendo. I got the one when they re-released it on Game Boy Advance.
Right.
Um, because I know they re-released that one, Super Mario Bros. 3, the Super Mario World 2, the Yoshi's Island joint, which I feel like that's underrated too.
Yeah, very
Mm-hmm.
underrated. It was
Yeah,
very good.
man.
I like
Definitely,
playing that game.
definitely.
And speaking of Yoshi, this was the introduction of Yoshi. I mean, a lot of
Right.
people give shit to the Game Boy Advance Remastered Edition. I don't see anything wrong with it. I mean, it's the Game Boy Advance. It's like you have to do so much just to fit in the Game Boy Advance. You know what I'm saying? Um,
Right.
the missions were like a lot more colorful, like compared to like Mario Brothers. Mario Brothers 3 was a close contender for this list, but I forgot how hard that game was on occasion. So
I
I was,
love that.
yeah, I
I
love that
love that.
too. I love that too, but I forgot how hard it
I,
was.
I,
I
I
couldn't
think
keep
I
up.
suffered more with part two for some reason. Like the whole setting, and you got like the trap doors and stuff in the ear and all that. For some reason, I had a hard time with Mario two compared to part three.
Yeah, man. And Mario Brothers 2, that was okay. I wasn't really too big on that one to keep it a buck, but the Super Mario World, that just redefined the Mario Brothers franchise and whatnot. I mean, classic.
Yeah,
What else can you
it
say?
did.
Definitely.
It did. Big time at
Yeah, I
that.
got definitely. I got number 25. I got Fight Night, Xbox 360, the Platinum Edition with Oscar De La Hoya on the cover.
Wow. Wow. I
Yeah,
remember that one.
I finished this classic, and again, like I would have fun playing against my homeboys, like being
Yeah.
Bernard Hopkins, Roy Jones Jr. You know what I'm saying, or Manny Pacquiao was in this, and a lot of great fighters in this game, and
De La
this
Hoya
was this
was no
was this
joke
was
in
my
that game, though.
huh?
De La Hoya was no joke in that game, though.
Oh yeah, De La Hoya was good. De La Hoya was good.
I used to love
Um,
playing De La Hoya.
Definitely. De La Hoya was the man. And I watched De La Hoya from when he was in the Olympics back in what '92 when he was in the Olympics and he went pro after that and he's definitely a legend. Definitely had a great career. This was fun. They don't make fighting games like this no more. Like I had Knockout Kings. I had that for PlayStation 1. That was okay, but I like Fight Night better. So that's one of my favorites on here.
See, that's the game where all of us be in the crib with like eight heads in one room.
Right.
Yo, I got next. I got next.
Exactly. Exactly. You know what I'm saying? And it was only like you could only play. It was only like two players. It wasn't even like eight players or nothing like that. You had to wait your
Yeah.
turn.
It'd
You
be
know?
like eight heads in one room. We gotta keep yelling it out. I got next. I
Right.
got next.
Right. Right. I'll play you for like $20 or whatever.
$20 a man.
You know, $20. Yeah. That's what we used to do. Like $20 for a Madden game, and you got who you got? You got the Ravens. Okay, I got Patriots. You know what I'm saying? And whoever win, you get the $20. You know what I'm saying? You know.
Oh man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's back when like the Ravens had like Flacco and them cats, you know what I'm saying? Anquan
Yeah.
Bolden and them, you know. What you got? What you got next, Rich?
All right. 1991, Sega came out with this little hedgehog that pretty much kind of briefly stole the popularity for Mario, and I'm talking about the first Sonic the Hedgehog game. In my opinion, Sonic that was lived in the '90s, and that's the only Sonic I know, in my opinion. Because like I said, I never after '98. It was very hit or miss, and don't even get me started on Sonic the Hedgehog 2006. Don't even get me started on that one. But the first Sonic the Hedgehog, I mean, for 1990, just like Super Mario World, the visuals, the whole side-scrolling thing was very ahead of its time and stuff like that. I mean, definitely did his thing with this one. I mean, one thing I can honestly say that Sonic got over Mario was the background music and whatnot.
You
Because
like background music?
Yes.
Yeah.
And a little trivia though.
Mhm.
Sonic the Hedgehog 3, which was almost on the list, Michael Jackson, he almost did the background music for that.
What
Yeah,
for Sonic?
Michael Jackson. Michael and Sonic.
Yo, I'm gonna
Wow.
come
Okay
back on
then.
in 5 minutes. I just gotta step out
You,
real quick.
All right. All right.
only
Cool.
reason
All right.
it didn't happen was them damn child molestation allegations.
I never knew that. What year was he supposed to be on that game though?
This was like 93, 94. So Sonic the Hedgehog 3 was they
Oh,
were working on that one around that time because it came out in 94, if I'm not mistaken.
right. So that's like after the Dangerous album. I didn't
Yeah.
even know that.
And
That's
even the
crazy.
music in Hedgehog 3 has a dangerous feel to it, but I'm not gonna say shit.
Yeah, I didn't play Sonic 3. I played one. I think I played two. I didn't play part three. Like I wasn't, you know what I'm saying? Like I knew some people that had Sega, Saturn, and Genesis, but I wasn't a Sega head. Like I was Nintendo, and then went to PlayStation and Xbox.
Facts. I respect that.
You know what I mean? I got number 24. I got NBA 2K. I think it's the best basketball game out right now. Before I was NBA Live up until I want to say like maybe 08, 09. The last NBA Live I bought, I think was the one with Gilbert Arenas on the cover. I think that was 08. And then I started like fucking with NBA 2K, and just every year I just been a 2K head. I mean, I'm a basketball head. I love the Knicks. I'm a Knicks head. You know, but like we were saying before, like it's only good like unless you're like serious into franchise mode and you into like the season mode, and it's only good like when you play with your people. Like there's no really it's not like a value in playing. I mean, at least for me, like because like I love like other games. It's like if I finish a season of Madden or NBA 2K, I'm ready to like put it down or sell it and then go on to the next game. You know what I'm saying? Depending on like if the cover is like legendary, like they got the Kobe cover for the new one. That's a keeper. You know what I'm saying? Like some of them you keep because of the cover or whatever, but any other time I would like sell it off into GameStop and then just go on to the next game.
Okay, I respect that.
Yeah, I wanted to put that on there because I didn't want to put like live NBA Live was great for his time. You know what I'm saying? I think the first one I got for live was might have been '98, Live '98. But I didn't play all the lives though. I played like certain years, and then like 2K, I played almost all of them. So that's a good game. And then like the difference with NBA 2K and live is like the rosters are more updated for 2K and live. I remember having live 2003, and you have to like make half of the draft picks that wasn't in the game, like Darko Milicic, and they didn't have them in the game. You have to like create them. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
they had LeBron, they had Carmelo, but they didn't have everybody. So at least and with 2K they got everybody. You ain't got to create nobody. You know what I'm saying? So it's just a good game.
Okay. Okay, I feel you on that. Um, my next game, I'm gonna keep it on. Just to let you know, the next two choices, I'm gonna keep it on the Sega vibe. So I'm gonna go with Sonic the Hedgehog 2.
Okay.
Man, this is definitely how you do a sequel.
Oh yeah.
They introduced Tails, which I'm gonna be real. I never was a Tails fan. I remember playing Sonic the Hedgehog 2. Let me tell you something about Tails, right?
Uh-huh.
This little fucking motherfucker can do all this flying. I'm in the fucking water and shit. I'm over here trying to drown. I'm over here thinking this motherfucker gonna save me. This
Right.
nigga flies without me. I'm looking at myself like, what the hell? What kind of sidekick is this? I never was a Tails fan. Never was a Tails fan. But besides the point, yeah, man. Once again, they must stop Robotnik from getting at the whole Chaos Emeralds and shit like that.
Right.
I mean, this was definitely again a step up to the right direction. In my opinion, this is maybe my second favorite Sonic game, which I'm gonna get into my first and after yours and stuff like that too. So
Right.
yeah, man, Sonic the Hedgehog 2, classic.
Number 23, I got Halo 2. I don't got the case for it. This is just the disc from Xbox. Classic, classic. I love Halo. I actually got the whole Halo series downloaded on my on Xbox One. But this is like the first Halo that I actually bought in stores. So definitely a classic game. Loved it. You know, Master Chief. They're supposed to be doing a Halo show on Showtime at some point. That's supposed to be coming.
Interesting.
Um, yeah, I'm looking forward to that. They have a like like years ago they had like a live action like YouTube series that I was watching with forgot the name of that joint, but it was actually like a little YouTube web series they were doing for Halo, and like we got a taste of what it would look like for like a live action show. But definitely Halo 2 is a great franchise. I love Halo 2. I love Halo 3. Halo 4 was good. Halo Wars, I played that. I haven't played all of them yet. That's why I had downloaded all the other games on the system. I gotta go back and play those, but definitely Halo 2. Halo 2 is a classic.
Yeah, man. Yeah, I never really been a big Halo fan like that to keep it a buck
Right.
with you, but
I'm,
um,
I'm more for like the role playing games, the first person shooter games. I feel like there's more like if you finish it once, there's things that you might have missed that you could go back and then like do it over and I feel like those games are more replayable. Like you have more fun playing those games than Madden or 2K. So I like those are the games I like more. Gears of War, Division, those type of games.
okay, bad dope choice. And my next and my last Sonic choice, probably my favorite Sonic game, Sonic and Knuckles. This came out
I
in
remember that.
yeah, this came out in '94.
Mhm. That was
Um,
that was on the Super Nintendo.
you said
If I'm not
what?
mistaken. I think that was on Super Nintendo, right?
Um,
Or
I
just say
want to say they re-released it for Super Nintendo. I'm not 100% sure.
I remember that.
Yeah, but anyway, speaking of Sonic and Knuckles, yeah, because they introduced Knuckles in Sonic the Hedgehog 3.
Right.
Originally, Knuckles was a bad guy who was under control by Robotnik
Hmm.
and stuff like that too. And
Right.
so, pretty much like it's telling like two stories. The Sonic story, you have to defeat Knuckles. But the Knuckles story, it takes place right after the Sonic story, and you can kind of play it either simultaneously or together or whatnot.
Right.
Yeah, I was like, finally, a playable character that actually knows how to handle this shit. Because I'd be loving the Knuckles storyline and stuff too. Because Knuckles, he's my favorite character. Next to Shadow, he was always my favorite Sonic character. And he's very useful compared to that piece of shit Tails. But I'm gonna keep my mouth shut on that because I might.
Stupid.
Yeah, man. But yeah, man, dude, that's Sonic and Knuckles, the best Sonic game in my opinion.
Got in we got 2022.
Yeah,
We got the Division for Xbox One.
I
Classic game.
remember.
I love it. Love this game. It's like I don't want to like post apocalyptic type of setting and you gotta like fight in the streets of New York and they actually have like the actual streets of New York, like Manhattan and streets like that in the game. And you like on this team and I love that. I think it was a great game. It's already doing a movie, which I know they mentioned Jake Gyllenhaal. That was he's supposed to be in the film. But yeah, like I said, like a first person shooter game. The one problem I have with it is the aiming. I feel like the aiming could have been a lot more smoother for part one. Like when you play like a Call of Duty game, it's like and you have like depending on the type of weapon you use, you have like a better scope of where you're shooting at. They didn't have that in the division. I felt like that should have been um they could have like a better scope when you're trying to shoot or whatever. But other than that, the graphics are great. The music is great. If you like apocalyptic type of games or movies, you definitely would like this. So definitely have to include this on the list. It's from Tom Clancy. Tom Clancy made all the Rainbow Six games. You know, that's definitely a classic game. I haven't played part two. I definitely gotta play part two, but part one is definitely a good one.
Got you. Okay. Um, my next choice is a game that barely needs an introduction. Super Mario 64.
Classic.
This came out in 1996. Probably the most impactful Mario game because it was legitly the first 3D Mario game and whatnot. It was really the first 3D Mario game. And it took them years in the making to make this because they started making this game when they did Star Fox, the first Star Fox in '93.
Mhm.
And so yeah, this was a very dope game. I remember as a kid, I always used to be hearing about this game and playing it whenever I had a chance. Just the way how Mario, the graphics, how it looked for 1996, is still years ahead of its time, in my opinion.
Right.
I mean, this game has been re-released countless times. Like this, the Nintendo DS version.
Mhm.
If I'm not mistaken, I think they've dropped it for the 3DS too.
Right.
I mean, yeah, Super Mario 64. Yeah, this was just miles ahead of its time, in my
Oh,
opinion.
definitely. That's one of the best ones when they like talk about Mario games. That's like one of the best ones for that system.
Oh yeah,
You know, I remember when that came out and like the trailer for that game was everywhere.
yeah. I remember seeing the trailer a lot
Mhm.
too.
Yep.
Even like years after it was
Right.
released, it was still making noise and shit.
Yes, definitely. Um, where we at? 21?
Yeah.
21. I got Def Jam Vendetta for the
Oh,
PS2. Love that game. I actually was on the when I was on the Def Jam Street team. We were promoting that game, and they gave out Vendetta T-shirts to the members of the street team and the soundtrack sampler. So there was a soundtrack to go with the game. I remember CNN was on that soundtrack. MOP was on that soundtrack. DMX. Joe Budden was on that soundtrack. It was like a lot of people. I think Foxy Brown was on that soundtrack. But definitely a great game, and at that time, like a fighting game with like some of the best rappers on Def Jam. You had Scarface on there and Ghostface. He was one of my favorites to use, and who else was on that? I think Keith Murray was on that. Um, I'm forgetting. I'm forgetting a lot of the fighters that was a part of that first one. And I had the second one, Fight for New York. That was a good one. I had Icon. I didn't like Icon, but Vendetta. I played a lot of Vendetta, back then. Um, Definitely, like it was great to see like having like some of the best rappers in the ring, like fighting. At that time, you probably could say it was like early UFC slash wrestling. You know what I'm saying? And
yeah.
yeah, that was a great game. Definitely enjoyed that. Um, to me, that's the best one. I know people love Fight for New York,
Ooh.
but I mean, Fight for New York was good, but I mean, I don't know. Like it's always been Vendetta first for me, and then Fight for New York. Icon I played, but I didn't like it. It was they had like a lot of people that wasn't on Def Jam for that one. Little John was in that.
Right.
Jim Jones was in that. I think Ti was in. Not. I think Ti was on that one also.
Yeah, Ti was on that one.
Yeah, I didn't like that one, but the first two, Vendetta and Fight for New York, were like my favorites. So definitely had to include that on the list.
Yeah, man. Before I go to my next figure, like Vendetta, I played that one first.
Mm,
I remember that was always what I was distinctive because I know DMX and Funkmaster Flex, they were fighters and shit like that too.
like DMX, right?
Yeah, man. My biggest issue with Icon besides the graphics was it was just too South influenced and shit. Like too many rappers from the South.
Yeah, but I mean the South was big at that time. I think that's why they did it.
Right, like, cause Fight for New York, which I'm gonna get into later on, like that had like some artists not even from Def Jam too, but at the same time they were hip hop legends too.
Right, right.
Like you had Ice T, you had Prodigy,
Prodigy, yeah.
um, Lil Kim was on that shit too.
You
Like,
remember Memphis Bleak was in that one?
yep,
Oh
yeah,
man.
but Memphis, like he was, Rockefeller Def Jam, so he kind of counted. I
Yeah,
heard rumors they're trying to make a new one, but
they should. But I mean, I don't want to see no mumble rappers in it though. It got to be like Griselda and like we got to get like maybe you could get Drake in there so you can fuck him up. You know,
I mean,
Kendrick and J. Cole and people like that.
yeah,
Mayhem
man.
Lauren. Like Action Bronson would actually be a good character to use, like him and Mayhem. Then that would be dope. They got to get like artists with personality, not just any artist that's on the charts. You know what I'm saying? I definitely can see them doing the new one. Sticky
Yeah.
Fingers, yeah, somebody like that.
Oh yeah,
You
yeah, man.
know,
Hopefully, we'll get a new Def Jam. But if they do Def Jam again, I hope they just do it fucking right.
right? Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. Um, my next game. Now, this is a game that's probably among my favorite.
Mhm.
And when it comes to the Nintendo 64, just like Mario 64, it's been highly acclaimed and revolutionary. And I'm going to talk about The Legend of Zelda: Ocarina of Time.
Oh,
Breathtaking.
that was for GameCube, right?
64.
64. Okay.
Yeah. Man, I never actually some of these games on this list I never actually owned, but I had a chance on playing them,
Right.
and this one was just breathtaking. Like I've never been the biggest Zelda fan either, but just the story about Link, like a young Link and stuff like that, and even like the soundtrack and
Yeah, the
stuff is
soundtrack was good.
amazing.
Hmm.
I mean, ooh man, very very dope. I mean, hell, even the soundtrack, the score, you can even do some samples with that shit too, man. Like
Right.
very very dope. Ocarina of Time, possibly like the greatest achievement in the whole Zelda series, in my opinion.
You ever played Super Smash Brothers?
Oh, I'm gonna get into that when we get in the list. I'm just gonna let you know right
Link,
now.
I use Link in that. He's good in that game. Like I wasn't really big on Zelda. I remember a lot of friends had like a Link to the Past and a lot of the joints that came out on N64 and GameCube. But I wasn't really big on Zelda. But when I
Right,
played Super Smash Brothers, I used Link in that game. He was good in that.
son. I'm gonna talk about. I'm just gonna let you know right now.
Mhm.
Melody and Brawl. I'm
Yeah,
just gonna let you know. I have memories for that game. I have histories with that game.
yeah. Where we at 20?
Yeah.
20. I got SSX. That was a snowboarding game for PS2. Um, Again, it was like a race style type of game, and like sliding down different mountains and stuff, and you can upgrade your gear and your snowboard, and I had fun playing that game. I wasn't like really big on watching a lot of snowboarding except for like the X Games, but playing it was a lot of fun, and you can do like different snowboarding moves in the air and stuff. So I definitely enjoyed that, and I wanted to put that on the list. That was from EA Sports. When they were making like great sports games and Madden and be live like that.
Okay. Yeah,
Just
man.
that's to bring back the corner stores. Yeah, but arcades. That's what we had over here, yo.
They actually brought a lot of arcades back in North Carolina and shit like that. They had this one arcade in the mall up the street,
Mm,
but I think they closed it down due to this stupid ass pandemic. But
yeah,
yeah, man. But yeah, that's very dope.
yeah.
Um, Now this game was actually the first video game I actually played in my lifetime. I remember my mom buying me this game because as a kid I've always been a huge Nickelodeon fan. Like y'all can't tell me shit about Nickelodeon. I mean, Rocco, Ren and Stimpy, so on and so on. And I got the Nicktoons Racing,
Mm,
which oh my fucking god, I had so many memories
right.
playing this on the fucking computer and shit, like playing as Tommy. It had shows like Rugrats, Hey Arnold, Ah Real Monsters, one of the most underrated Nicktoons ever. My only gripe, it didn't have a
Mm,
character from Rocco's Modern Life and shit like
right.
that. That was my only gripe because it had characters from like I know it had like the SpongeBob characters. SpongeBob was very big at that time and stuff. And Plankton was like the unlockable character. He was like the mystery driver. So yeah, man.
Right.
Nicktoons Racing, in my opinion, that's like the only one I would really recommend. 'Cause I didn't really care about the other ones because for
Right.
nostalgic reasons, I was like a '90s Nicktoons head and shit for nostalgic reasons. So yeah, man.
The basketball game where they got the powers. Okay. Double Dare. Double Dare I used to watch. I remember that, but I watched
Yeah.
Double Dare when it was on Fox in the afternoon before it went to Nickelodeon.
Oh, I
I
never
remember
knew
that.
it.
Yeah, it used to be on Fox back when it first started. It was on Fox, and then they switched to Nickelodeon.
Oh wow, that's crazy.
Like in the
I didn't-
afternoon time, like I want to say like 3:30, 4 o'clock in the afternoon, it used to be on Fox, and then they went to Nickelodeon. I don't remember the basketball game itself, but it had a power.
I know what you
NBA
talking about.
Street,
But I forgot the name.
NBA Street. Are you talking about? What game is it?
It was a Nickelodeon game with that was like
Oh,
playing basketball. I forgot the name of
oh,
it
okay.
though.
Number 19. I got Friday the 13th game.
Ooh.
Shout out to Levels of Geeks. I know they were playing that on the weekend. On They did a live stream. They were playing that. I haven't finished this game, but the thing is about this game, they don't have a story. There's no story for this, so it's just like you basically have two modes where you can pick Jason being Jason Voorhees and killing the camp counselors, or you can be a camp counselors and you got to run from Jason or try to kill him, and then you gain like every time. I think every time you make a kill, you can upgrade as Jason for like different mask he wore in the movie. Like yeah, like the what do you call it, the Burlet sack or whatever.
Yeah.
He had for like I think it was like part two, and then like he had like the hockey mask. You can get that, and like the different the jumpsuit, and he had like I think it was like another wardrobe change he had, but the graphics are good, and it has like the creepy music from the movies, and um but I didn't spend too much time playing it though. I want to go back and actually play like some more of this game. But I bought it basically because it's Jason, and we don't see too many horror like games based on movies anymore. Like we had the Freddy game for Nintendo, and I know they came out with a Blair Witch game recently for like Xbox One. I haven't played that yet. You know what I'm saying? So that's basically why I bought it for like the nostalgia. But I definitely need to go back and play it more though. But yeah, I think it was I love the graphics on it and the music. And it has that feeling of like Friday 13th. So that's why I got it.
Interesting. Okay, I like that shit.
Yeah.
Um, now Super Smash Brothers Melee. Man, let me tell you a story. I remember when I was playing the fucking Mario game, and my cousin, she let me borrow some GameCube games and whatnot,
Right.
and she gave me this one game called Super Smash Brothers Melee. So I was like, interesting. So I put the game in the GameCube. The fucking intro with they had Mario with the trophy, and he transformed real life, and you had him battling Link. It was
Right.
like the best to this day, the best intro to any video game to this day. And so,
Right.
you know, niggas were really beating each other's ass and shit. Like, never would have imagined Mario whooping Yoshi's ass or fucking Pikachu and Kirby going at it. And Super Smash Brothers Melee is like
Did we lose Reg? Yo, I think Reg's free screen froze right now. What's going on here? Okay, we lost Reg. I thought it was my shit. I'm about to say. Here you go.
Yeah, this is the time when the Wi-Fi goes out. So,
Okay.
but yeah, man, niggas were really whooping each other's asses and shit, man. It was just like very
Right.
amazing. Love this game. In my personal opinion, maybe the best GameCube game, maybe. But yeah,
Oh yeah, that's definitely a good one. I definitely enjoyed that, and I played that for the Wii. I had like on the Wii version. I was playing that joint. That joint was definitely a great fighting game.
oh shit, okay.
Where we at? Number 19? Is it 19? Yeah, I lost count. Yo.
Hold on, let me count. Let me count. I got you. Um, yeah, we at 19.
Okay, 19 for me was, in my opinion, one of the best car racing games ever. Need for Speed, but it's not the first one. It's actually Need for Speed Underground. I love that one. And it had like a Fast and Furious type of feel to it, and customizing different cars and in the hood. And it had like the hip hop the song, I forgot the Nate Dogg song that used to play on the menu. Um yeah, Little John and Eastside Boys was on that soundtrack as well, and Ti was on that with 24s.
Ooh,
Definitely a classic game. That's my favorite Need for Speed game is Need for Speed Underground. And like I was a big Fast and Furious fan, like from the first movie, and even the second one. Even though Paul Walker wasn't in not Paul Walker, Vin Diesel wasn't in the second one. But yeah, I spent a lot of hours playing Need for Speed Underground, and just running from the cops and shit like that. And that was a great game. Definitely one of the best. I love the older ones too. That was on PlayStation. But I had to put Underground on this list because I spent too many hours playing that. So definitely a great car game.
dope, dope. Okay, okay. Um, yeah. So 2001 was a very dope year for games because that
Yeah,
same year we have Luigi's Mansion.
I remember
Um,
that.
yeah. Low key, this is a game. When I first played it, I wasn't really too big on it because it was just like
Mm,
it was a weird because for one, it's Luigi.
right.
Like Luigi having his own game and stuff like that. And when I played it, it was basically like Super Mario Sunshine in a haunted house. But
Right.
then over the years, and I kind of regretted giving this game away because to this
You
day,
become
over
that.
the years, it kind of grew on me.
Yeah.
Because for one, it's like it kind of gives Luigi like some, dare I say, death. Like I like the whole Professor Egad.
Right.
Some of the ghosts were kind of weird
I,
looking,
yo,
but
I remember I remember watching the trailer for that game, and he was like in like a haunted mansion or something, and it was
yeah,
like it was just like Mario. I'm like, well, this is like a Mario game.
yeah, and that's the thing though. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like for once somebody has to say Mario.
Right.
We knew Princess Peach couldn't handle it, so they got Luigi.
Right.
Like even like Luigi humming the background music, scared out of his mind and shit. I just love the little things in this fucking game is
Mm,
what really makes it. So I
right.
feel like it's definitely a cult classic. I know they did the Luigi's Mansions 2 and 3, which I've heard many people say that it was better than this game. I have to play it for myself, so
Right.
yeah.
Yeah, that's the song. Nate Dogg Keep It Coming. That was playing. That, at least for me, that's the song I was playing on the menu every time I played Need for Speed Underground. I couldn't remember the song. I know Nate Dogg was on it though, but yeah, that's the song that I liked off of that game. Number we at 18, right?
Yeah.
18 for me is the Warriors. Based on the film The Warriors from back in the day. I had this game for PS2, and I finished this game in like 6 hours. No lie. It's one of those games where I actually finished it in one day because it was that good, and because like I grew up, watching the Warriors, and It was based on the different New York gangs at that time in the '70s, and the Warriors had to go through the different boroughs to go get back to Coney Island, and every like iconic scene in that movie, they made like gameplay in the game. So like when you at the and when you're in the park and you got to fight the Furies or whatever, you have to actually fight them with the baseball bats and all that, and um go. You got to there's a part where you have to like fight Coney Island again. I forgot the gang at the end of the movie, but that game was definitely great, and the graphics were good for that time period. And I had a lot of fun. I finished it in like 6 hours. I
Okay.
went nonstop. Definitely one of the best movie games in my opinion of all time on any system. 'Cause I've had movie games like Back to the Future where I didn't like the game. You know what I'm saying? Or like what's another one? The Dick Tracy game for Nintendo. I didn't like that. But the Warriors definitely was a great one. I have another movie game on the list. I forgot to mention this on honorable mention. The Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles movie game, not the one from Nintendo. I have the remake, the when they the CGI animated one. That
Right.
CGI like the one with then I was like '07, and they had Shredder's daughter was in that movie. They have a game for that one. That one was good too. I finished that one. That one was a good game. But definitely the Warriors, one of my favorite movie games of all time. So I definitely have to include that on the list.
Okay, bet. Interesting. Alright, now if you guys know me, you will know that this series is pretty much one of the hearts of my video game experience. And I'm talking about Kingdom Hearts, and I'm gonna go with Kingdom Hearts 1.
I played the demo for that, but I never actually played the full game.
Yeah, man. To be honest, this is not the first Kingdom Hearts game I played. Well, I take that back. It is, but this is not the first Kingdom Hearts game I owned. The first one I owned was Chain of Memories, which I owned that for the Game Boy Advance. And while it was good, I really wanted to get like the 3D version of the game. And dare I say, this game is very important.
But
One of Who would have imagined combining the world of Final Fantasy and Disney and making like a heartfelt story that can synchronize all together and shit. You know what I'm saying? Um, like Sora, Donald, Goofy. Mickey Mouse is the king, of course, and shit. You have like the worlds of like you going through like the worlds of Alice in Wonderland, fucking Nightmare Before Christmas, Tarzan.
I,
I mean, it's just like the scheme about valuing your friendship and whatnot too and stuff. So definitely very dope. It's not the best Kingdom Hearts, which I'm gonna get into that, and
mm.
it's gonna be surprising what my choice is, but it's very important. Like, and a very important video game everyone should own.
So when it had like different like Disney characters make a cameo in the game, was it to help you in like in the journey, or was it just for them to just make a cameo in the game?
You said what?
Like when they had like I remember there was one Kingdom Hearts where they had like Mickey the Fantasia version of Mickey Mouse,
Yeah,
and they had like I think Goofy was in one of them, or Donald Duck.
yeah.
So when they had them like make a cameo, was it to help you along the way? Like they give you advice when you're playing, or was it just like make a cameo?
Oh no, they would actually fight with you.
Oh, okay. So you
They
so
would
you
give you,
fighting alongside Goofy and all that.
yeah.
Oh wow.
Like Donald, he's usually the one with like the magic, and Goofy is usually the one with like the shield and the sword and stuff too.
Right.
They be kicking your ass too.
Man.
I be like, that's how a sidekick should be in a video game. Take notes, Tails. Take fucking
Yeah.
notes. Like I'm just saying though. I'm just fucking saying that's how a sidekick should be in a video game. Not no
Sam said
fucking
the second one was his favorite. That's what's the name of the second one?
Kingdom Hearts 2.
Oh, he said that was
Yeah.
his favorite.
Well, actually, no. I take that back. The second one technically was Chain of Memories, but then they had his Kingdom Hearts 2 right after that. It's kind of confusing, but yeah.
All right, number 17. I added this late. This man just passed away, and I grew up watching. Well, me and my grandfather grew up watching a lot of game shows, and I wanted to include this. This is Jeopardy. Well,
Oh,
this is the game pack Jeopardy and Wheel of Fortune, but I bought it mainly because when I last year when I heard that Alex Trebek, rest in peace to him, when I heard that he got sick, I'm like, yo, I definitely want to get this now because you know how collectors are. The minute something like that happens, and unfortunately when he passed away, they're gonna be looking for this game. So
right.
um, I end up getting the
College of all shows.
yeah, I ended up getting the pack of Wheel of Fortune. I grew up watching too, Pat Sajak and Vanna White. I actually had Wheel of Fortune for Nintendo, for the original NES. So I wanted to get this. The one problem I do have with this game though, when you play um when you play Jeopardy, a lot of the questions are repeated. That's something I don't like because like you might go to like round two, or like if you finish like one game and then you do it again, they might give you like some of the same questions again. So they don't really have like a variety of different questions on here. But the graphics are okay. The Wheel of Fortune, Vanna White don't even look like herself in real life on here, and that's surprising to me. You know what I'm saying? But I basically picked it up for the Jeopardy game. So rest in peace, Alex Trebek.
Yeah, rest in peace, man. Um, yeah, I'm gonna.
The Sims I played the Sims on PS2. That was okay. I mean, I wasn't really big on that whole like you gotta create your own reality and stuff and blocks and stuff like that. But Gene the game I haven't played. I remember when it came out though.
Yeah, I never got into Sims. I never cared for Sims, to be
Yeah.
real. I'm gonna stay on 2002. Just like Kingdom Hearts, this is another video game series that I really held dear to my heart. Grand Theft Auto Vice City. Oh my fucking! Let me tell y'all something. If you guys love Scarface, Miami Vice, just the 80s in general, this is the game for you. Man, you can just feel the fucking cocaine and this fucking shit, man. Like, let me say, Grand Theft Auto is just to this day, man. Like, probably like next to Kingdom Hearts, my favorite video game series, man, because they just don't give a flying fuck. They really just don't give a fuck. Like, you can kill prostitutes, kill everybody, and hell, motherfuckers don't even finish the game. They just use cheat codes all throughout the games and shit, do drive-bys and shit. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Man. And I can't talk about Grand Theft Auto without talking about the soundtrack because Grand Theft Auto is very notable for like picking like the right music for a soundtrack, and Vice City is like no different. So, is it my favorite Grand Theft Auto? No, it's not. Stay tuned for that. Oh,
All right. Yo, you know what's crazy? I
what?
had I had one, two, and three Grand Theft Auto, and I never cared to play it. I never liked that game. I don't know, like it never drew me in.
Yeah,
And
you
people
told me.
love it. People love it, and that's great. But I never cared to play. I never cared for the game. Like I tried playing it, and it just wasn't for me.
You told me about that shit, which I was surprised about because low key, it's like more females that don't like Grand Theft Auto and shit because there's few females that like Grand Theft Auto, and then there's few females that just be like,
I think like if they made a movie, I definitely would watch the movie. But the game, I never cared. You know what I'm saying? 'Cause it seemed like to me like when you're playing the game, it's like unless you had like a mission. See, like when I do games, I need to have a mission. I need to know where am I going, what am I supposed to do, where's my power ups. Like games like that where it's like you have a mission, but you divert from the mission and you're just like doing all kind of like shit that you wanted. You know what I'm saying? It's like, well, what's the end game? What is the end game doing? You know what I'm saying? So I think that's probably why I never gravitated towards the game. But maybe one day I'll feel different about it.
But yeah,
Have you
that's the
ever?
thing. That's the thing about GTA, man, because it's like it has like an apocalyptic feel to it. You know what I'm saying?
uh, And then remember when they had I forgot what part it was where they talked about like there was a glitch in the game and where there's like a part where you're like having sex with a prostitute or some shit.
Yeah,
And that was like a big thing on the internet when that glitch, people was trying to find that glitch in the game and all that. And I just was like, man, I ain't care for the game, but I mean, a lot of people love it, you know. Have you played? No, I have not played the Scarface game. I didn't realize they had a Scarface video game till like maybe a year ago. I definitely want to go back and play that game because the game starts off. I believe it starts off from the end of the movie. So like Scarface in the game is not really dead or something like that, and you have to like go. You have to like go after Sosa's crew or whatever. So it's kind of different. It's kind of different. It's like it starts off from the end of the movie, but Scarface is not really dead. That's how they started it off. So yeah, I definitely want to play that Scarface game.
yeah. I heard good things about it. You know, I
Yeah.
heard some good things.
Um. Yeah. Okay. So what you at? We at number 16, right?
Yeah,
Okay. 16 for me is now I didn't know what Call of Duty I was gonna put on here because I didn't want to put all of them. You know what I'm saying? I put Modern Warfare. I think Modern Warfare is a classic. That's definitely one of my favorite Call of Duty games for the 360 that I played. I have other ones though. I like. I think World of War is severely underrated. Um, of course, Black Ops. I love that one. I have Black Ops 2 and Black Ops 3. I got some other Call of Duties, but I didn't put all of the Call of Duties on the list. I put Modern Warfare because Modern Warfare was like a classic one. Um, Definitely, I love Call of Duty. I feel like they're coming out with too many. It's like every year after year we come out with a Call of Duty. I haven't played all of them. The Ghost one, I haven't played that. Um, I haven't played all of them, but Modern Warfare definitely. I spent a lot of hours playing that one. Graphics were great for that. The gameplay was great, especially in co-op mode. Um, Definitely a classic, so I have to add that one on the list. But I was going through like a lot of them. I was like, I don't want to put all of them on the list. You know what I'm saying? But I had World of War on the list as well. But Modern Warfare, I was like, I'm gonna stick with that one. So that's my number 16.
yeah. I definitely feel you on that. Um, Next choice. When it comes to like a lot of TV shows that turn to video games, some of them I have mixed to negative feelings about, but there's few that actually does it right.
Mm-hmm.
And this one, The Simpsons Hit and Run. You know, Believe it or not, this was actually my introduction to The Simpsons because, well, it wasn't like my
Oh
introduction
shit!
because I knew of The Simpsons, but it what really made me a fan. And it was
Right.
influenced, of course, by Grand Theft Auto. It had like 7 missions. You can play like Homer, Bart, Marge, Lisa, and Apu. And pretty much it's
Right.
like there's like a lot of rogue aliens that's taking over like Springfield and shit like that. Very dope game. I mean, if you love the Simpsons show, then you definitely love this. Um, SpongeBob Battle of the Bikini Bottom, that was a close contender to be on the list, but my only gripe with that one is like the cheat code. They don't really have that many cheat codes for that game compared to the hit and run. So yeah.
Right. All right. Number 15, I got The Last of Us. I played that on PS3. The first one, great story, great game. Um, I haven't played the new one yet. I definitely want to play the new one, but the first one was definitely a classic. I love the graphics for that, the gameplay, the music was real creepy at times. And I haven't played. I mean, there's been a couple of zombie games I played. Like the Resident Evil stuff on PlayStation and PS2, and I had the first Left 4 Dead. I didn't like that one because I think that one was like the shortest zombie game I ever played. It might have been like maybe six levels or whatever. Finished that in like a couple hours. But Last of Us was definitely good. I love the story. I wish they make a movie for that. But yeah, that definitely was a great game. I spent a lot of hours playing that and finishing that story. So had that's the only PS3 game I have on this list anyway. So definitely a great game.
Dope, dope. All right,
I have
so
that on the list, Makai. That's coming up.
so for my next one, I mean, I had to pick at least one game from this series,
Hmm.
and I'm gonna go with the Pokemon Fire Red, Pokemon Leaf Green. This came out in 2004, and this was like the remakes of Pokemon Red and Blue.
Hmm.
And with this one, of course, like I don't know if y'all Pokemon fans in the building and shit like that. I mean, I used to be a Pokemon fan. I'm not really that big fan no more. I wish the series would pretty much die, to be honest. But Pokemon Go is still making them money. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, this kind of falls in the Kanto region, and shit like that. You have to catch all these fucking Pokemon. I mean, I used to have like a lot of memories playing this game and shit. I used to like use the cheat codes when I used to have the emulator and
Right,
whatnot. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, man, this was definitely a dope game. Really
definitely.
dope.
Yeah, I got what we at number 14.
Yeah,
14, I got SmackDown versus Raw. Here comes the pain. Classic. Well, this is basically the SmackDown game. Here comes the pain. Brock Lesnar was in the cover. Um, had a lot of fun playing that game and using Undertaker for the season mode and Kane and Triple H and um, I think that game had like the one of the first wrestling games where when you hit somebody, you actually had like the blood because there was some games where they didn't have the blood, and then there was games that they had the blood. That was a great game. Brock Lesnar when he was his first time in the WWE. Um, Loved that game. Uh, the other some of the other games like 2K. I got like 2K15 with Cena on the cover. This is like one of my favorites. I had this other ones. The one with Seth Rollins. The one with the Rock, and there's a couple others out that I love, but not all of them I like though. But yeah, definitely Here Comes the Pain was like my favorite one at that time for PlayStation 2. And I'm a big wrestling head. I love wrestling. I still watch it. So I definitely want to include that one. I didn't put all the other ones on there, but Here Comes the Pain. That was great. What's the other? There's another one that I like as well. I'll probably forget the name of it though. But yeah, SmackDown vs. Raw 2008. That one was good. Um, like I said, like there's a couple of them I didn't care for. Like the last year's one I didn't care for. But definitely Here Comes the Pain is a classic.
got you. Um, yeah, man. So staying on 2004. Just like Ocarina of Time and Melee so far, this is like among my favorite video games of all time. Def Jam Fight for New York. Lord have mercy, man. Like this is like the nostalgia of this game. I mean, I had Vendetta, that was the first one I had, but Loki, I got a little bored with Vendetta because then I played Fight for New York. It was just like
Hmm.
Jesus
It was
Christ.
better. Yeah.
Yeah, like you had motherfucking Def Jam artists like Meth and Red,
Mhm.
and you had the legends like Flavor Flav and Slick Rick, and then you had the right amount of Southern hip hop cats, like with Ludacris. Like it
Right,
was just so fucking universal.
right.
Like my nigga D Mob, and then you had Snoop Dogg as Crow. I mean Snoop motherfucking Dogg as Crow. Fat Joe was hard as fuck. Got my
Mhm.
fucking nerves in that goddamn game, but yeah, man, this game and the takeover was like my favorite ones and shit. You know what I'm saying? I mean, Hell, I imagine what if Jay Z was on like the Def Jam and shit like that, you know?
Yeah, he was. I mean, the elephant in the room. He was like the biggest star with Def Jam missing. You know what I'm saying? They had DMX and Ghost, but you ain't got no Jay.
Can you imagine what Jay would be saying? Like, you fucking with the rock.
What would have been his finishing move though?
Or his finishing move, Hard Knock Life. Hard Knock Life. Or he'd be like, then at the end, he'll have the ending line like H to the Izzo, B to the Izzy. Rockefeller still up here.
Um,
Oh shit! Hell, even LL wasn't even in this shit.
right, LO wasn't part of it. And he looked like a fighter. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Crazy.
Can you imagine LL's line would be like, "Give me couscous, love me good."
Oh man. Hollis to Hollywood, but is he good? Make a list. Oh yeah, I'm gonna definitely do that. Make a list of like my favorite wrestlers all time. That'd be definitely fun. Where we at? Number 14.
Yeah.
All right, 14. I got Street Fighter 2 Turbo. I mentioned that before. Great. I played the arcade version. That was a great game with E Honda. But I don't know. There was certain fighters I couldn't use. Like their footwork was like E Honda, being I used a sumo wrestler. I couldn't use him the way I could use like Ken and Ryu and even Chun Li and Zangief. Blanka was one of my favorites, and the bald Indian cat Dalsalim or whatever his name is. He was like my favorite to use, and just a great game even for that time. Like the graphics were like ahead of his time, and the gameplay, the music, everything about that game was great. And yeah, like I love Street Fighter. Man. That's like one of my favorite fighting games, Street Fighter, Mortal Kombat. So definitely had to add that to this list.
Facts. All right. Now we're gonna get to the top dog, GTA San Andreas. Woo! Man, if this is the one where like the whole crack epidemic took place during the crack epidemic,
Mhm.
LA riots and whatnot.
Right.
This is like my favorite GTA in my opinion. I mean, this was so. I remember the controversy caused a lot of controversy back when it came out, like due to like the how graphic and violent it was, and they had this one controversy where it's pretty much like the hot coffee mod and stuff like that, where it had like a fully closed sexual intercourse mini game and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, man, a lot of politicians was really trying to take GTA down, but it's still living. I mean, like, yeah, man, the soundtrack you had like, and you mind you, like I said before, you when you say it was a crack epidemic, like you had like a lot of G funk, you had like a lot of funk music, like you had Zap, you had like a lot of classic rock too. I mean, definitely like I said, my favorite GTA. I got this on my PS4. I used to have it on my PS2, but I sold it.
Mhm.
Yeah. Whew.
What we at? Number 13.
Yes, sir.
All right, 13. I got the Mortal Kombat trilogy. I had that for PlayStation 1, and it was basically like a whole combination of like Mortal Kombat 1 and Mortal Kombat 2, and they had fighters like Smoke and Noob Saibot and Kano and you know what's the dude name Shao Kahn, and it was a great game. It was definitely enjoyed playing that. Again, way ahead of his time with the graphics and the fighting moves and the sound of it. And, I grew up on the Mortal Kombat movies as well. I liked both of those films, and they had like a little YouTube series back in like the I want to say like early 2000s, late 2010s. Yeah, that definitely, like I said, like Street Fighter and Mortal Kombat, I grew up playing. Definitely love those two fighting games. And I could never choose between Mortal Kombat 1 or 2, and then they had like the spin-off games. Like they had one for Sub Zero. They had I had what's that? There was another one I had for PlayStation 2, but I didn't play it a lot. So I think it was maybe I want to say Part 8 or Part 9 that I had. But definitely a classic fighting game, and I love that whole trilogy. So I had to make my list.
Yes, sir. Um, Pretty much. Before I go on, shout out to Alonzo for doing Pokemon Emerald. I've always considered that game to be underrated because even though like Ruby and Sapphire, it had the same storyline as Ruby and Sapphire.
Mhm.
I always felt like Ruby and Sapphire was kind of boring. And Emerald, it just had a little spunk to it. Like I don't know, real Pokemon fans know. But yeah. Speaking of series and shit, I'm gonna go with Kingdom Hearts 2. Lord have mercy. This another beautiful ass game, like
Mhm.
graphic wise.
Right.
I mean, personally, at one point this was my favorite Kingdom Hearts game, but I'm gonna save that, and y'all might be surprised by what my choice is. But
I know
yeah,
you're gonna pick something.
oh yeah. I mean, like it was just like more spacious. I love the
Uh,
Lion King stage and shit like that.
at a Lion King stage.
Oh yes,
Oh wow, Simba's in it.
Simba, Scar, Nala,
Wow.
Timon, Pumbaa. They even had a stage where it was like taking it back to the vintage Disney cartoons, like back in the 1920s with the Mickey Mouse shit, and you all black and white. Like just
Wow.
the creativity and originality of it all is what really makes it and whatnot. You know what I'm saying?
I
So
definitely slept on. I slept on Kingdom Hearts. I said, like I played the demo, but it wasn't. I was like, it was Disney, so I was like, yo, what? How good could it be? You know what I'm saying? It's Disney.
like it's artistic.
Mm-hmm.
It's fucking artistic, my friend.
Right.
Like it's like even Disney movies I don't even fucking like. I like on the fucking game. Like,
Right.
I'm going to get into that, but
Okay.
still, Kingdom Hearts motherfucking 2.
All right. What we on number 11?
Yeah,
All right. 11. I mentioned this before. Was Killer Instinct. That was like one of the first two games I got for Super Nintendo. Um, I finished the game with every character. Sable Wolf was my favorite though. Him and Glacius. But I finished that. I actually had the version with the soundtrack. Remember they had the soundtrack with it,
yeah,
the rock soundtrack. I had that version. But yeah, like that was great. The graphics of that at that time on Super Nintendo was great, and the gameplay was dope, and different settings they had. But yeah, that was one of my favorite fighting games, Killer Instinct, and yeah, that made the list. I had to make the list.
yes, sir. Um, I forgot one game from 2004, and that's Resident Evil 4. Actually,
That's on my list, but that's in my top five though, because that's my favorite Resident Evil game.
yeah, man. Oh, actually, I'm tripping. This is actually released in '05, but I thought it was released in '04. Never mind.
Right.
But yeah, this one was a very unique game. I've never been too much a Resident Evil fan, but I did play this on occasion.
Mm.
And yeah, man, this one was on some real shit, like very violent
Yeah.
and whatnot. You know what I'm saying? That's the thing. Niggas be sleeping on Nintendo. They be thinking of some on some kiddie shit, but y'all it be having some violent ass shit.
Yeah. You gotta
I'm,
find it.
I'm
You
gonna
gotta
get into
find
that in a minute though, but still, but
it. Yeah.
yeah, Resident Evil 4, classic shit.
Okay. And like there's certain scenes in that game, like when Leon is by himself and he's like walking in the woods, like at night, and
Yeah,
there's nobody else around, and it's like just him, and you might hear like a bird or something. That part was creepy. You know what I'm saying? Like playing that
right.
that game at like 3 a.m. with all the lights off, and you really get into that character. That's why it was so much fun for me to play that game because like I got into that game, playing as Leon and walking a lot of those deserted roads at nighttime, and what the hell was coming at you. It could have been zombies, might have been all around you, and they just like lurking in the bushes, and you don't have a clue. You know what I'm saying? Like that was a great game. Like the graphics for that, the sound, everything about it. I love that game. Man. So definitely, I put that in my. That's spoiler alert. That's number 4 for me. But being that Red mentioned, I just wanted to talk about it a little bit. Number we're at number 10.
Yeah, I believe so.
All right, number 10. This is the one game that I think was innovative. And we've had games over the years for different systems that it were innovative. I think this game, for me at least, it opened up my taste, my musical taste to other groups and other another genre that I slept on back in the 90s. I'm talking about Rock Band, the first one. I have one and two. Um and I didn't know what to expect with this game when I got it, and it wasn't really a challenge. I mean, it was a challenge playing the actual notes of the song, but it wasn't because like when I was young, I took guitar lessons, and like in the beginning, like I was playing the drums because they had like the drums with the guitar and the mic, and I played the drums first, and then I was like, "Yo, let me do the guitar." And the guitar notes for like a lot of those songs from Jane's Addiction and from Bon Jovi and Smashing Pumpkins and all. It took a while to learn those notes, but after a while I got the hang of it, and that basically opened up my taste to that genre, and going back and listening to Nirvana and Sonic Youth and listening to Creed and um I think I got to give credit to that game, because without that game I probably would still be sleeping on a lot of the artists from back then. So definitely, I still got the guitar too.
Oh shit.
This is the OG guitar, because they had variations. They had like different ones over the years, but this is the OG guitar from Rock Band. You see, it's a little bit busted up. You know what I'm saying? But um, I had a lot of fun. I spent many hours playing that game, and like I said, like it opened my taste to like other that whole genre of alternative rock, and you know what I'm saying. So I credit that game, and I feel like for people that want to get into that genre, like you know, like if they want to, I feel like this would be a good game for people to learn and play, and then their curiosity might be to a point where they want to like go back and listen to some of those rock groups. And I think it's good. I think it's a very informative game, and like the season mode they had for like going on tour. I did the tour mode, and I had like my own band, and then you get like the more buzz you get with your band, you get like money for like the gear, the band instruments, and before you know it, you're like on a whole worldwide tour. And like it was great. It definitely is one of my favorite games of all time. And I know they had a Beatles version that came out. Um, they had Prince. They had a couple of Prince songs
Oh shit.
on like the later version. I didn't get the later versions, but like one and two I got. And at one point they were. I don't know if they still. I don't believe they're still licensing the songs, but at one point they were still doing it up until like a couple years ago. And it's great. It's a great game, and it's the actual. I mean, they didn't. They had Beastie Boys. So what you want, that one, they had that on there. It was mostly like grunge and alternative rock, but like that. This game is basically what really got me into that whole genre of music. So, and that's the type of like genre I want to discuss on this channel, not just about rap for me. So you know, yeah, I'm going to start doing it actually this week. Me and Reggie doing no doubt the Rocksteady album review.
Yes.
So I want to do more alternative rock stuff, because that is a genre I listen to now, and more pop stuff. And I got kind of tired doing the rap stuff. I don't want to do the rap stuff all the time. So um, that's what I'm looking forward to doing on this channel. So, but definitely a great game, and yeah, definitely had to put that on my list.
Okay. The my next choice is gonna be a game called Bully.
I remember that. I remember Bullies.
Yeah, this is the called classic. Very controversial game because it was like controversial for its like violence and it's like homosexual scenes and shit like that. It's pretty much like Rockstar pretty much having a game like this cat in like this boarding school, and he's pretty much just scamming motherfuckers and whatnot.
Right.
Yeah, very very dope game, very underrated. It has like a cult following now, but still.
True.
Hey yo, I'm gonna get some water right quick.
All right.
You
Yeah, they had the metal one. I didn't get that. I didn't play the metal one. Only the first two I have. And the drums, I had the drums, but the drums got damaged. I was playing those drums like crazy every day. Mortal Kombat 9, yeah, that was good. What's some of your favorite games, like your top five? Final Fantasy. I never played Final Fantasy. I had the Final Fantasy the game guide for part one, like way back when I used to have Nintendo, but I never played none of the Final Fantasy games. Sonic, yeah, Sonic was good. Tomb Raider, I played that. That was good. Favorite character from Def Jam Vendetta. Probably I want to say Ghostface, because Ghostface is like he was a great fighter in that first game. Definitely.
what's
You ever played Spyro the Dragon?
I never got into Spiral like that.
I remember Spyro. I never played him. Never played him. Crash Bandicoot. I played. I had the demo for that for the one on PlayStation 2. I had, on PlayStation 1. I had the demo for that. That was actually decent though. Crash Bandicoot and Twisted Metal. Twisted Metal was a good one.
So it's on you and me.
You went already, right?
Yeah, it's on you.
Okay. Where we at? Number 9. I got um I got Reese, the son of Rise, the son of Rome. Underrated Xbox game, Xbox One game. This is like dealing with like Spartans in medieval times back then and shit. And I love the gameplay. The gameplay was great. The graphics are definitely great. This is like one of the first ones on Xbox One. Um, I definitely had a lot of fun playing it, and like just the whole. It looked like when you playing the game, it was like playing like like a gladiator type of game or like Troy or whatever. But definitely a great game. Like I said, like the graphics are spectacular, the music was good, the gameplay, the fighting, like when you have to like fight against like some of the soldiers or whatever was great. Definitely enjoyed this game.
Very dope shit. My next pick is Super Smash Brothers Brawl. Man, this was talk about the anticipation that's finally came out right because this game pretty much came out 7 years after Melee.
Hmm.
Very, 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 very dope game and whatnot. The graphics was what really made it, and like the musical score was like very cinematic. It was very interesting that you had like Sonic and Mario in the same video game
Right.
fighting one another and shit. And I'm not counting those stupid ass Sonic and Mario games for sports games and shit, but yeah, this was probably my favorite game in the series and shit. I like it.
You didn't no love for Mario? You more Sonic than Mario?
Oh, I'm on Mario. I'm Mario all day.
Oh, true, true. Crazy. Um, where we at we at number 8?
Yeah,
All right, number 8 is NBA Street Volume 2, PlayStation 2. I love that game. Spent many hours playing that game with like like different it reminded me so much of like NBA Jam and having the spectacular dunks and the different crossover moves and that was a great game. I like part one, but I think part two was better. And I definitely enjoyed that and the different plays you had. I think Vince Carter was in that game, stuff on Marbury. Um that definitely a classic game, man. Like that's probably on my top five like favorite PS2 games of all time.
got you. Now this game right here is underrated as hell.
Uh,
And this is what kills me when a niggas talk about how the Wii is like a kitty ass shit. But this was at the time one of the most violent video games. I'm talking about Mad World. Oh my fucking god. Yo. If you guys don't know what I'm talking about, go on YouTube right now and type in Mad World and you'll be amazed. Like
mhm,
this was released in '08.
right,
Like this was just motherfuckers killing motherfuckers and shit like that.
right.
You have chainsaws, you have like guns. Like it was just a very crazy ass game. I mean, at the time, it didn't really sell too well,
Hmm.
but then over years, the acclaim for it grew and stuff like that. And it, like I said, it had like more of a cult following.
Right.
So very very dope game, Mad World.
Oh yeah. We at number 7.
Yes sir.
All right, number 7 for me is Capcom versus Marvel 2. Love that game. I mentioned that before, and having the team ups with you had some of the X-Men and part of Wolverine was in that, and Cyclops, and teaming up with Spider-Man or the Hulk or Captain America. You know, some of the other characters I didn't even like remember. I only used like the Marvel ones, but that's such a great game. Like that whole 3-on-3 team up fighting style, and I love that. It was so chaotic, all kind of shit going on at the screen at the same time. But at the end of the day, it was like a great game. It was like Super Smash Brothers. It was like that, but definitely a great game, man. That's like one of my favorites ever.
Okay, definitely. My next pick is Kingdom Hearts Birth by Sleep. Very very dope game. Very different game. Well, not all the way too different, but still. You're actually not playing Sora. You're actually playing like it's like three storylines between Terra, Aqua, and Ventus,
Right.
and so it's like a very unique game, and you have like a different variety of Disney characters. Like you have Lilo and Stitch, you have
Sure.
the Cinderella stage, and like the graphics too, among the best in the whole Kingdom Hearts series too.
Right.
I mean, like I said before, like this series is just dear to my heart. Like very, very dope shit.
All right, we got number six.
Yeah,
Number six for me is Gears of War, the first one on Xbox 360. Love this game, classic. Um, like a futuristic type of game, and fighting like the horde. Um, that was like the villain, and like a whole army of like different like monsters, and then you got the Queen Horde. I think she was in part two and part three. I got the first four. Um, the one is like one. I didn't want to put all of them on there, so I just put part one. Um, and you're like a whole like military team with Marcus and Dominic, and it was a great game. Definitely love this game. I know they're supposed to be doing a movie for this game at some point. But yeah, I definitely had like hours of fun playing this game. The co-op mode is great. The sound of it is great. That has like epic scenes during the game. The game scenes were epic, and um, they're definitely a classic game in my opinion. So that's Gears of War.
okay, good, good. My next pick is Injustice: Gods Among Us.
I played that. I played
Yeah, yeah. This one got is some heat though.
that.
I mean, it got some heat. I tell you that. I tell you that right now. I mean, like I've always preferred DC over Marvel and shit
Right.
like that. So,
Oh really? Wow.
oh yeah, yeah. Always, y'all. I always prefer DC over Marvel. Like I'm so much of a DC fan. I love the fucking Batman the animated series and shit.
Right.
Like, but anyway, Injustice, very very dope shit. I mean, you got motherfuckers like looking more gangster than usual and shit like that. Like Harley Quinn,
Hmm.
you got fucking Flash. You got everybody just looking dope and stuff. Like I always loved the mixture between like the whole like the DC comics and that's how the darker they took it compared to how Marvel is and shit. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So very very dope shit.
And where we at number five?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
All right, number five. I got NFL Street. NFL Street. It was like the opposite to like NBA Street with like the different moves, and there was like no rules involved. You can like tackle through people and score a touchdown, and all kind of crazy shit was going on with that. I love the graphics of that game, and the gameplay was great, and the whole nostalgia of like NFL football without no rules. That was like a brilliant idea. So definitely got that on the list.
Yes, sir. All right. My next game is GTA 5. I mean, need I say more? This one definitely like the PlayStation 4 is they pretty much like still promoted this game to this day and shit like that. And it was released in 2013.
Right.
So yeah, this one was definitely very dope shit. I mean, I love this game. The graphics was amazing, cheat codes was amazing. And I just found out it's actually the second best selling video game of all time. So
Shit,
yeah, man, that just shows you the impact that it's had.
that's crazy. I didn't even know that. That's wild.
Yeah, I didn't even know that either.
All right, we at number four.
I believe so. I'm
I'm
trying.
losing. I'm losing count right now. I'm losing count.
Yeah, 'cause I think I'm almost done with my list. I know that, but
You, you
I
got
can.
four more, right?
You said what?
How many more you got?
Let me double check. I got. Shit, I got one left. Fuck.
You got one. How the hell you got one left, and I got like four left?
Remember, because I originally thought it was a top 20 list, and I took some
Oh
out.
yeah,
'Cause-
that's right. That's right. That's right.
yeah,
Okay. Okay. Number four, I got Super Mario 3. Love that game. Classic game. for some reason, like I said, like I couldn't like Super Mario 2 just gave me a hard time finishing. And when I played Part 3, it was more of a like a return to how the original one was with the whole
Right.
gameplay and the graphics where they stepped the graphics up and adding different power ups for Mario like Hammer Brother Mario and Tanuki Mario, Raccoon Mario. You know what I'm saying? Definitely a great game, and you have to defeat the seven kids of King Koopa. That was crazy, yo. Like you know what I'm saying? I remember like looking through the game guide for that game and seeing like the different like his different kids and Iggy. You had Iggy Cooper and I was like, yo, how am I gonna defeat these kids? You know what I'm saying? But it was easy. It was easier for me to finish that game than it was for part two for some reason. I don't know. Like, but yeah, Super Mario 3 is great. I actually got the Super Mario Brothers TV show on DVD from back in the day, and they had like the cartoons based on the Super Mario 3 video game, and yeah, that's the classic, man. I love that. I think that's like one of my favorite Mario games ever. Salute to Mid Level Media. Shout out to you.
For real. And my last game on the list is Kingdom Hearts 3.
Mhm.
Yeah, this is actually my favorite Kingdom Hearts on the fucking series, and this was just released last year.
Right,
I mean, very, very, very dope game. I mean, I know a lot of people was anticipating how Toy Story would look, and like it didn't really disappoint.
right.
I mean, this is like quote unquote like the final Kingdom Hearts on the series, like the conclusion
Mhm.
and whatnot. But you never really know because motherfuckers can come out there and say, "Hey, we have another come up." So, but yeah, I love this one. To this day, I still did not even beat the game because sometimes with me, I'm not in a rush
Mhm.
to beat a video game. I like to take my time with it,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
unless if it's like a good game, it's addicting.
Right. I agree. I mean, there's be times when like if I'm stuck on like if I'm playing like Mass Effect or Gears of War game and like I'm stuck on like that one level, and
Yeah,
you do have that anxiety where you want to like get past that level already and go to the next challenge or whatever. So I,
right.
I I feel like that sometimes where like if I'm stuck on one level, like yo, I'm trying to get, you know what I'm saying, like I want to hurry up and get to the next one. So but yeah, what we at number three, number four.
Yeah, I'm done. So you got it.
I think I'm at number three, right?
Yeah.
All right, my number three is Mike Tyson Punch Out. Love that game. It took me a while to actually beat Tyson at the end, because he had that uppercut is real sneaky. So um yeah, just playing that game and the different personalities of the boxes in that game, like Glass Joe and Piston Honda, Soda Popinski, King Hippo. King Hippo was actually used in the old 80s cartoon called Captain N, the Game Master. That used to come on Saturday mornings. Um, they're definitely a great game. That not like it wasn't like Fight Night. It was more like it was a boxing game, but it had like a personality to it. Like the boxers had personality. You have to find like their weakness. It took me a while to beat. Like I remember, like it took me a while to beat King Hippo because I didn't like. I remember like one of my homeboys had told me like how to beat him. Like every time he every time he exposes his stomach, you got to hit his stomach or whatever. That knocked him out, and Piston Honda was easy to beat. Bull was easy to beat. But Tyson was hard to beat at the end. 'Cause, like I couldn't beat Tyson, and I'm like, yo, I had to like he give you like a flurry uppercuts, and you have to like get out the way and dodge and. But definitely a great game, and yeah, I love that game. Definitely a classic. Number two for me would be what's my number two? Um, I wrote it down too. Um, oh, Donkey Kong, classics. Well, basically, Donkey Kong itself with Mo. You like jumping over the barrels to save the princess, and Donkey Kong had take the princess, and you got Mario there. You playing as Mario, you got to jump over the barrels and stuff. And yeah, that was a classic game I grew up with. A lot of Donkey Kong games on Nintendo, and then on Super Nintendo with Donkey Kong Country. That was a good game as well. My number one would be Super Mario Brothers. No surprise. Love
Hey,
the game. Um, that's what started it all for me, and took me a while to finish that game as well. That's back when we didn't have like there was no saved storage or like you couldn't save the game. It was like so wherever you finish that, you have to go back and start all over. And that was a great game, and beating King Cooper for the first time, and saving the princess, and um, I can still play that game now, like I was like it's yesterday. So I still remember like the different levels, and that definitely a classic game.
yeah,
That's
man. Dope list.
what I mean. I see Makai said he got Castlevania Area of Sorrow. You got Sonic Mania. You got Sonic the Hedgehog and Knuckles. Um, Sam said he loved Kingdom Hearts 3. Legend of Zelda: The Wind Waker. The Wind Waker, I remember that. I remember when that came out. That was a good one. You know. I wasn't like I said, like I wasn't big on Zelda, but like I remember like watching the cartoons back in the day.
Yeah,
Castlevania was good too. The first one I played that.
I heard the cartoon was trash.
Oh, the Castlevania one.
No, the Zelda cartoon.
I mean, well, I know they had one. They had one that used to come on back in the day. That was like part of the Super Mario show, and
Yeah,
then they had another one. But the other one I didn't watch. The Castlevania animated show on Netflix. That's actually a good show. You know, people haven't seen it yet. I know they got like I think they got like 3 seasons already. But this was definitely fun though. I enjoyed it. I want to do like I want to do like some actual game reviews though. You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
Like just picking like different games to like review and tell our thoughts on like what we liked about that game or what we hated about that game and music and stuff like that. So definitely want to start doing that.
Okay, that can be definitely something we can do in the future.
Yeah, yeah. But it got to be something that we played though. I don't want it to be like a game that I played but you haven't played. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, it got to be like a game that we both played. So it could be for like any system.
Whew. I might stay on the air for a couple minutes, guy. I'm about
Yeah.
to eat something soon.
Um, everybody's throwing out different games, yo. I missed a lot of them. Yeah, San Andreas and GTA 4. That Red, you played both all of them, right? San Andreas and Part 4.
Definitely played San Andreas. I never played four to keep it above.
Right. Um, Street Hoops and GTA 5. Okay. Street. I don't remember Street Hoops.
Which
I
game?
don't know. Street Hoops.
Yeah, I remember that shit.
What system that was for?
If I'm not mistaken, I think that was on PS2.
I played Hoops for Nintendo, the original Nintendo. There was a game called Hoops, but I never played Street Hoops. Um, Sam asks, have you played the South Park video game? Never played that.
I played that. I got bored with it.
It
Wait, are
wasn't
you
like
talking about the first one or the one that came out recently?
I think he's talking about the first one.
Yeah, because the first one, that was when I got bored with.
I never
Because you
played
basically shooting chickens and shit. Like,
shooting chickens. What kind of game is
some shit like that, yeah.
that? I feel like I'm forgetting a game that to add to the list. It was so many. I'm like it was so many, but I didn't want to put everything, and I put like mainly the the games that I played more than others. I mean, because there's games. I mean, I played a lot of games, but not every one of them was like my favorite though. You know what I mean?
Right.
And then like the list of honorable mentions, I didn't even mention like Mass Effect and Condemned, Manhunt, Lord of the Rings, Return of the King. That was like one of my favorites for Xbox. The Batman, Arkham Asylum. There's a lot of games. I didn't want to. Should we have to do like a part two to this?
Shit,
You know,
I might have to think about something too.
you know what I'm saying? Am I looking forward to the season? What season? The season for who? NBA? Do you remember Conker's Bad Fur Day? What the hell is that? You remember that, Rich? Conker's Bad Fur Day?
No, I'm not.
I don't remember that. What system was that for? There's a lot of games that could have been on honorable mention.
You said what?
I said there was a lot of games that could have been on honorable mention.
That's true.
You know what I'm saying? But like again, like I didn't want to. I didn't put everything. You know what I'm saying? Like so, there's games I left off. There's games that I just stuck to the games mainly that I played mostly for that time. Streets of Rage. That was another game that could have went on the list. Oh yeah, yeah, definitely the NBA season. Definitely looking forward to that, and hopefully my Knicks could do decent. Just could play well this season. I don't know who they're gonna get in the draft. You got Kevin Durant coming back and Kyrie from Brooklyn. We'll see how they do. It's gonna be interesting. Sam said it was for Nintendo 64.
Yeah.
Conker's Bad Fur Day. I never heard of that thing. Um, COD Zombies. I played like the little game they had like after you finish the actual mission. I played that, but I mean I wasn't big on Call of Duty Zombies. I mean that's just like that was like a thing. I know that was a big thing a couple years ago. I wasn't really big on that, but as far as like the main Call of Duty games, like I mentioned, Modern Warfare 1 and 2, and to me, Part 5, World of Wars is underrated because like you had the option of playing, as with the Nazis and or against them. So I like that aspect of the game, and the graphics were great for World of War. Black Ops was great. Um, there's a lot. I know I'm forgetting Advanced Warfare. That was a good one. Um, I didn't play. You ever play the Jackass video game? I didn't even know they had a video game for that.
I've seen a gameplay of it. It
That
looked
was
like
that
anything
was
special.
amazing. How was that though? Oh, like you had to do like different challenges.
Yeah, if I'm not mistaken, I think Rockstar did it, but I could be wrong.
I
And you know
didn't.
how Rockstar is and shit.
I I went to see the movies. I seen Jackass 1 and 2 in the theater, but I never knew they had a game. You um, I played Candy Crush. I played like years ago. Just to play to see what the hype was about, but I never like finished the game.
Man, and let me tell you, when Angry Birds came out, oh my
And
god.
yeah, that was a big thing too. Angry Birds and yeah, I like anime. I like some anime. Death Note and um Vampire Hunter D, Cowboy Bebop. I like some anime. I'm not like a huge anime fanatic. There's still some anime I want to check out though. You know what I'm saying? But I'm not like a huge anime fan, but there's certain ones I've checked out. Akira, that's a classic anime film. You know, um, Full Metal Alchemist. That's a show I used to watch on Cartoon Network. What about you, Red? You like anime or no?
Yeah, I like a few anime like Cowboy Bebop,
Right.
old Dragon Ball Z.
Yeah, your Dragon Ball Z. I forgot about that.
Yeah, like sometimes I'll just routinely just watch some random anime on Toonami or some shit like that.
You ever watched Sailor Moon?
Oh shit! Talk about classic, man. That was my shit.
I used to remember that. Remember, I used to come on like in the morning time, like right before Pokemon. Yeah, that was a good. That was I used to watch that. Um, nah, I never played the Wu Tang game. That's a game that I wanted to play. The Shaolin style. Never played that. Favorite Grand Theft Auto trilogy. I don't even like the game. I know that's Reggie's game. He liked Grand Theft. I wasn't into Grand Theft Auto. I had it. I had it. I just never really played it like that. Yeah, Sailor Moon was good. You know, that would come on like in the morning time, like before Pokemon and Transformers Beast Wars and stuff back in the 2000s. Had fun playing watching that. You know, think Reg having problems with his camera and shit. Nickelodeon. I can't even tell you what's on Nickelodeon anymore. That's something Reg got to tell you that. I don't know because I haven't watched that in forever. Yeah, the Moonwalker game that was for Sega Genesis. Yeah, I remember that, but that's not the Michael game I played. I played the Michael Jackson Experience on the Nintendo Wii. Yeah, I played that. That was hard to do because yo, salute to Michael. Michael was the man when it came to dance moves, man. I couldn't do half of them steps he was doing. But I like the gameplay for that though, like just like actually learning the steps and like different the different songs like Thriller and Beat It and that and I was playing on like the easy mode and easy mode was hard for me. So you can imagine if you playing like on the hardest mode, it's like you gotta be like a professional to know how when to slide and when to what I'm saying? Like it was crazy.
What game are you talking about?
Experience.
Oh, the Michael Jackson
Yeah,
experience. Oh
I was
shit.
playing that on the easy mode and I couldn't do I couldn't do the dance moves on the easy mode. It was that hard.
Oh yeah.
You know what I
You
mean?
thought dancing like Michael was gonna be easy?
Yeah, yeah. But well, I mean, I mean, you would think for like the kids, like if you got like a 6 year old like dancing to those moves, they'll give it'd be easier. But it was hard. That shit was crazy hard though. But that was an experience for sure. I remember the Connect, but I tried to use the Connect, but the Connect wasn't for every game. I know they were trying to like make it compatible with Madden and with NBA 2K, but it wasn't. I don't think it would be the same like if you try using it for Madden. You know what I'm saying? Because like I'm so like you're so like accustomed to using the controllers or whatever. So I think it would be a little bit different for Madden. Then they start making it all together. Reg, what's your favorite character from Vendetta?
Ooh. Um, I'll have to say DMX.
Yeah, the DMX was a good fighter too. I need to look up that list, yo. I totally forgot. Like the main four I would use would be I would use Ghostface, I would use Keith Murray, I would use DMX, and I would use Scarface. But I know they had like a longer list of fighters.
Yeah, I felt like my issue with Vendetta, like it could use a lot more rappers though.
Right,
I think it just felt like a testing ground 'cause they didn't know if it was going to fail, they didn't know it was going to succeed and whatnot. But still,
right. Yeah, like they had Yeah, Method Man. I remember him. Joe Budden, Redman, and then you had like you had D Mob. Remember D Mob?
Yeah.
But yeah, they had to have more cat. Ludacris was in that. Capone. Where? Yeah, Capone and Noriega.
Yep.
Um, I don't think I used Capone and Noriega.
I
Yeah,
know. I
yeah.
used to smoke. I used to.
Ghostface was like that was like the him and Keith Murray I used a lot in DMX.
Oh yeah, Ghost was that nigga in them games.
Yeah, definitely. And this is like when he was dropping solid albums during the 2000s. You know what I'm saying? He was dropping like, Supreme Clientele and Pretty Tony, Bulletproof Wallets. Sam said, "Do you like the movie?" How High I Went to See. That was a good film for his time. The soundtrack was great. Yeah, Jay-Z should have been in that game.
Yeah, you know Jay Z, man.
Yeah, he didn't want to be a part of that. You already know. He had an ego at that time.
Hmm.
Yeah.
But listen, try. I'm gonna end it off for tonight because I gotta wake up early in the morning anyway for a meeting.
Yeah.
But this was actually pretty fun.
Yeah. Check us out on Thursday. We're gonna do No Doubt Rocksteady.
All right, bet.
Do that album review. Like that's gonna be like a what 11 p.m. again.
Yeah,
All right. So check us out live on Thursday night for that.
I'll let you know the time for the Fat
And
Joe.
Wednesday we doing Fat Joe on your channel, right?
I'm gonna give you a final answer by tonight. 'Cause it
Okay.
might be Wednesday, but I'll let you know.
All right, cool. So thanks, Reg, as always, for joining. This was fun. Definitely
Appreciate
gonna
it.
be doing more game stuff in the future on this channel. Salute to everybody that came through: Ronnie, Sam, Makai, Marquise, Guillermo, Justin. Thanks. Mid Level Media, everybody that showed up. Thank you. Subscribe to the channel. Salute.
Peace.
Peace.